This is Eyes on Africa News on YouTube at Hermela TV. I'm Hermela Aragawi. Thanks for listening. Please support our content by going to eoanews.com and clicking on donate, or become a monthly member of our Patreon at patreon.com/Hermela TV. The information is in the video description. Thanks for your support. Okay, Dr. Jabril, thank you so much for making the time. If you could just give us a little bit of an update as to what's happening on the ground.
Okay, thank you very much. The fighting still continues in different parts of the city here, and also in some other parts like Marawi, the airport. It is sporadic, but still it continues. So, and we are trying actually to bring about a truce for 24 hours, starting this evening, 6 o'clock this evening. And if we can make that, then that would be a humanitarian truce that helps us take care of the death, take care of the injured ones, and take care of as well as of the civilians who are trapped in the crossfire, as well as instating the services which are cut as a result of the war. So we are trying this. Besides, of course, we are talking about permanent ceasefire, but that is just premature to talk about it. Right now, we need humanitarian truce that can help us sort out a few things. Also, people need to go out, buy their necessities, and all that, and reach out to their families, because many are cut off. So all those things, we need some time to rearrange it, and that's what we are trying to do. Luckily, both sides declare that they are ready for the truce. We hope they will honor it and respect it, because again, if any of the parties try to misuse the truce, then that will spoil everything. Because if you move forces, if you move ammunition, whatever, during the truce, then the other party will not stand still or wait silent. They will fire back. So the only thing is for both parties to honor the truce as a truce. That's what we are looking at.
You were on the negotiation committee that was working with both troops up to this point. Can you talk a little bit about what the issues were that were on the table, and why they weren't able to get to some sort of an agreement?
Actually, we worked hard not to have this war start. We talked to the parties continuously for a month, like more than a month actually. But unfortunately, they went for that. The key issue, at least the one which is known to everyone, is a matter of integrating the rapid support forces to the Sudan armed forces, for the rapid support forces to come under the command of the Sudan armed forces. And there, the Sudan armed forces are asking for these forces to come under their command in a short time, not more than 2 years. And also there should be a clear timeline for it. While the rapid support forces are asking for 10 years, and during that 10 years, they do not want to come under the command of the armed forces. But of course, there are other issues as well, including struggle for power. The distance between the two is that big, because if somebody is asking for 10 years to think of integration, while the other party is talking about less than 2 years, it's not easy for them to come close to each other. That's one of the problems, I think. Also, I think the feeling is that the intentions is not only about integration, but about usurping the power of one party. And that party does not want to give up power, because at the end, the rapid support forces' power is being independent, having its own law, and being recognized as as an army of its own in this country. So when you want to get rid of all those posts, they may not be happy or ready to give it up.
So what are the possible futures at this point? You know, if this 24-hour ceasefire is adhered to, then what? If it's not, then what? I mean, how could what are the ways that this could go moving forward?
Well, I think one way of doing it is through these short truces. I mean, so short cessation of hostilities. You can build some sort of trust that when you say, okay, I'm ceasing hostilities, do you mean it? Both parties mean it, but both parties respect it. Then you have a good chance of expanding that to days, to months, then going to the permanent ceasefire. So these are test the periods. If you can have one the day well respected, then you can move to 2 to 3, and that's the idea actually to start with. Then actually, when you open the airport, the mediators are coming from all parts, from the African Union, from IGAD, from neighboring countries. Then things will move. So we are hoping of creating the conducive environment for others to come in as well to help, and for the Sudanese themselves be able to move, meet, and try to find a solution to the problem. Unless we do that, we have no way of bringing the parties together. Right now, we have even difficulty talking to them on the phone, leave alone meeting them. So I think the only way of doing it is to have some sort of a short cessation of hostilities that can build some sort of trust. Then we move from there.
So the hope was that Sudan would move to a civilian-led government, actually starting this month. Some were expecting, but instead, Sudanese people got a war. I mean, what is this doing to the people on the ground and what they hoped for?
Well, you know, moving to a civilian government is not an easy, because from the very beginning, the civilians moved to the headquarters of the armed forces. The armed forces are the one who toppled the last regime, and they became partners. So for them to just to relinquish power and go back to the barracks is not an easy thing. Though they openly say, okay, we want to go back to the barracks, but actually they enjoyed power for 4 years. They got the taste. So I am afraid that that's not easy. The only way to get a true civilian government is to have elections, of course. And if somebody is elected by the people, then the army has to obey that person and give up power. Otherwise, there will be a lot of meddling here and there by the armed forces, even if they said they are not party to it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jibril Ibrahim, Sudan's Minister of Finance. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee.
This is Eyes on Africa News on YouTube at Hermela TV. I'm Hermela Aragawi. Thanks for listening. Please support our content by going to eoanews.com and clicking on donate, or become a monthly member of our Patreon at patreon.com/Hermela TV. The information is in the video description. Thanks for your support.